Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the Sixers Standard with Ryan A. Clark. In this episode, I wanted to talk about the past a little bit and just give you a little bit of background on how I became a Sixers fan. Of course, through my father. He was a Sixers fan, and I just happened to become a Sixers fan right at the Allen Iverson era. But he always kept in mind to tell me to look at your past. Always know how we got here. And he used to tell me things, well, not tell me things, but tell me about games of Wilt Chamberlain, Hal Greer, Dr. J, Moses Malone, things like that. And as I got older, I would always look back on them, just for historical, reasons. Some of them games you can't see, of course, but as a young kid, you go back to NBA TV and you watch old highlights and things like that just to get an idea of what they watched growing up. So me and a close friend was talking about it, and we thought about just highlighting just some of the older highlights of the Sixers. And in this one, I wanted to share just some interesting facts about the Sixers, pretty much in the month of February because it's coming to a close. And I wanted to highlight a historical game from the Sixers. And just some, cool facts about the Sixers. They have a 539 record. I'm sorry, 539 wins and 497 losses in the month of February. That's pretty crazy. All-Star Game MVPs. Allen Iverson did it twice. Julius Erving and Charles Barkley. Rising Star MVPs, VJ Escombe and Andre Iguodala. And the main highlight I wanted to, talk about today was from the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain himself. Of course, it's hard to not talk about Wilt Chamberlain. He's the human record book at this point. And I wanted to highlight, his first 2020 game, February 2nd, 1968. He had 22 points, 25 rebounds, and 21 assists. My goodness. Yeah, the Sixers won 131-121 against the Detroit Pistons. Also to be noted in that game, Hal Greer had 23 and 9. Bill Cunningham had 20 and 6. And 7 of the 9 Sixers had double figures that game. That's crazy. And just looking at the score of this, seeing 131 to 121 in the 60s, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of amazing when you think about it. Because today's NBA, everybody said there's no defense and things like that. But, I mean, just looking at what they were doing back then, was their defense then too? It just seems like there was always some type of high scoring in the NBA. And not to count out the Pistons, they had great performances as well. Dave Bing had 30, 11, and 6, and Eddie Miles had 34 and 5. That was good numbers right there. And just to highlight what Wilt also did this season in 1968, he led the league. I'm sorry, he led the league in total assists that year and averaged 8.6. Now we have guys like Joker and others who kind of made it a standard now. But Wilt was one of the first passing big men, and I'm curious what you guys think about Wilt Chamberlain. I know a lot of people think, nah, Wilt did it against plumbers and things like that. My opinion of it, I mean, you can't knock somebody for playing in the era they were in. He can't change when he was born. So, I mean, he did what he did. I mean, he's the human record book, like I said. And this was the first February 2nd, 1968 was NBA's first 2020 game. Since he's done it in 1968, only two other players have done it. Russell Westbrook in 2019 and Nikola Jokic. Sorry, I can't pronounce it right. Nikola Jokic in 2024. But I mean, just to show how Will's dominance was, that was some crazy game. 22 points, 25 rebounds, and 21 assists. That is insane, man. And then looking at the rest of the team, Hal Greer also had 9 assists himself. He could have had a double double. He almost did. And Hal Greer is another one person we're going to talk about more in these throwbacks because I don't think he gets the just due of his Sixers tenure. And just let me know, Sixers fans, basketball fans. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I definitely wanted to touch on, Wilt Chamberlain, of course, because I always used to listen to Sonny Hill growing up. My father, and I always thought Wilt Chamberlain was always just a mythical figure. So hearing stuff about him and seeing these great feats, and I watched a lot of Wilt documentaries. So I definitely wanted to talk about the Big Dipper one time, and why not now? If you're going back and wanting to share some old Sixers knowledge with some fans of my age and younger. Let me know what you guys think about this game. 22 points, 25 rebounds, and 21 assists. And they were scoring 131 to 121 in 1968. And I think this is also the year off the Sixers winning the championship. So, I mean, I think this is definitely a great game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about Wilt? Do you think he's overrated? Did you think he just did it against plumbers? Let me know what you think about it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good one.